We're excited to announce the opening of 2 newly restored spaces on board the ship. We scoured our cruise books and looked through our archives to recreate these spaces exactly as they were.
The USS Yorktown Foundation's part of our mission is to preserve the history on the USS Yorktown and throughout Patriots Point Naval and Maritime Museum. And we do this by enhancing and improving exhibits throughout the ship and throughout the museum.
The library restoration idea came to us after one of our Yorktown crew members, writer Alan Griggsby, was interviewed in the New Yorker.
It just spoke to the impact the library had on him during his service and how important it was to him as a sailor.
Alan was a radioman on the ship in 1966, and he wrote that the library was a demilitarized zone on a warship. This was a unique place because it offered sailors a place to come and have a moment of peace to themselves.
We were walking through the different blueprints of the Yorktowns, and sure enough, we found a little space that we were like, yes, this is the original library.
And it was located next to the ship's chapel, and it was officially managed by the chaplain's office.
She found pictures of what it used to look like and different board games that they used to play.
We realized we needed to stock the shelves of the library, so we used our own library from our ship that was really no longer in use. We got some help from our U.S. Navy sailors who helped us move hundreds and hundreds of books several decks down to stock our new shelves. And from there, we were able to create the look of the space. The Yorktown Library Project was sponsored by the USS Yorktown Foundation through a generous gift from the Griggsby family.
With their donation, that made it possible to restore the library back to its original glory.
Pretty cool, I like it.
The next area we restored were 4 officers' staterooms located on Tour Route 3. These rooms had not been opened since the ship was brought to Charleston in 1975. With the help of our volunteers, we scraped, sanded, painted, and rewired these compartments back to life.
The desks had to be reconditioned quite a bit. As we were ripping things apart, we found a lot of artifacts, little cards from individuals that had been in here, from places they had been.
2 of the compartments are recreated to show the 1940s World War II era, while the opposite 2 are depicted in the 1960s.
These spaces were not meant for presentation. These were living spaces for officers on the ship. I mean, there were 7 guys living in these 4 staterooms back here.
The officers' compartments were more comfortable and offered more privacy than the typical enlisted crew members' berthing. They were painted in soothing colors like pale blues and greens to provide a calm and relaxing atmosphere for the men. You can step inside these rooms to get a sense of the space they had to call home while away from at sea.
Kentucky!
You can really walk through the halls and step in the footsteps of heroes, and it's just such a unique piece of history.
The next time you visit Patriots Point, be sure to check out our spaces on Tour Routes 1 and 3 to see them as they were on the USS Yorktown.